Hello, good morning, everyone. We are back with the third of 4 PLs, already breaking records from last time. I am with two different people this time. I have the lovely Faith.
Hello, hi.
And the amazing Lonely Litton.
Hello.
We will be looking at Virizion today. You know, gotta have the Fail Queen division get their time in the spotlight. Are we all good to start?
Yeah, I mean, let's make some people angry.
Awesome. I probably should have said this before we started, but Faith, can you share your screen so we know we're all looking at the same thing at the same time?
That definitely help. Yeah, I can do that. Oh no, that's LBS. Professional. There we go.
This is what happens when we don't have Tyler. It's a mess.
This is what you're gonna have to deal with. We're laid back here. We're chilling.
Alright, so Aegis' team is Gliscor, Chi-Yu, Sneasler, Ushfu Rapid, Terra Pheasantipity, and those Terra types are Poison, Dark, and Flying, Moepeko, Spatra, Drifloom, Raichu, Alola, which is the Terra types of Psychic, Ice, and Grass, Carbink, and Masquerain with Bug, Water, and Steel. What are you guys' first impressions?
I'm confused at what this team is more than anything.
I feel like this team is begging for Pincurchin.
It really is, isn't it? Like,
and that's a sentence I didn't think would be said.
He's got Sneasler, he's got Raichu.
Like,
I don't know.
I'm
Morpeko can kind of make it work. Like, I don't know.
Like, I don't. I'll take any opportunity to shout out my best boy, but like, it really
Sneasler just without
like...
terrain just feels unhinged. Like, just as an option, like you want it somewhere, right?
I just don't understand why you pick Sneasler and then Urshifu as like a back-to-back pick.
Yeah.
That's a strange crossover.
He has Wheel too, so he does it at the same time.
Jesus, wait, was that legit? Oh my god!
No, it wasn't. No, he did Shifu and Pheasantipity at the same time.
All right, he might have forgotten that he picked Shifu, but Sneasler by the time it came to pick Shifu. But you know, Gliscor Chi-Yu is scary. Like, that seems to work. I like that. And then one of the two of Sneasler or Urshifu covers that quite nicely.
Yeah, I like the Urshifu pick a lot.
Yeah,
Sneasler's kind of questionable. I don't really get that.
Yeah, I like Shifu in a vacuum more, but you bring up a good point with Raichu and Sneasler both taking advantage of electric terrain, but his only setter of it, I think, is that Raichu itself, which is not ideal.
Does Morpeko
Carbink might get it.
Morpeko, maybe?
Oh, Moepeko might, and Carbink might.
That's still not... I wouldn't like to be in that
position.
position.
Yeah, Morpeko can. It can do electric terrain.
Yeah, I wouldn't...
That's Troll having a manual setter being Morpeko.
Yeah. It's also... I'm kind of confused with Masquerain, because this team is breakneck fast. You get the base 120... I mean, maybe not breakneck, but it's consistently fast. And I just don't know how efficient webs are going to be. I guess it's a decent speed control and gives you options.
I guess if you've got like a bunch of base 100 mons, which is kind of what we're looking at, like 95, 100, 97.
Yeah.
Webs are really helpful, meaning like you probably outspeed everything with webs down. Like,
yeah, okay, that's fair.
I can see the thought process there.
Does he have a screener, Carbink? Can I do that?
I think Carbink.
I only asked because the spot
can.
was just kind of chilling there as well.
And
that mon's dog shit without screen.
I'm tempted to be a little nicer because out of all of the new mons, the one I'm most excited to see is Pheasantipity.
Yeah, so what's funny, I wanted to draft Pheasantipity, not because I think it's a good mon, but because I personally think it's a joke of a mon. Like, it's got 99 base speed, it's got the Articuno stat spread, but has two really good abilities, and I want to see this mon not be a laughingstock, but somebody else drafted it, so I was really excited to see what they do.
It's an incredible type and two really good abilities, and its move pool seems good enough to support that, even if the stats are absolute doo-doo dog shit. Like,
I think it's way better in a draft format than it is on ladder.
I think so as well.
I hope so.
That thing doesn't do anything. But if you don't know what your opponent has, but I feel like if you know what your opponent has, you can kind of work around it a little bit more, and it can work out.
Is it one of those like just the concept of like beat up toxic chain lead is enough that even if you don't bring it, it's an advantage?
It's just the threat of poisoning your whole team.
Yeah, like it's something you might like plan around to some degree.
It's like having Regieleki, where the opponent has to bring their ground type, no matter how dog shit it is.
Yeah,
like you better bring your steel.
Maybe that doesn't work. Like maybe answers to it are more splashable, but
I mean, luckily for me, my steel is Corv, and I don't think Fezidipity can touch Corv, so I'll be happy there.
Can you turn away and be really sad?
Take that Rocky Helmet damage and no! Does it take beat up on each Rocky Helmet hit?
It can
beat up doesn't contact.
Oh, okay.
It can set up like 3 Swords Dancers and do like maybe 20% to a Corviknight. That's something.
Overall, I think this team is fine.
I think it's got some really heavy hitters, but is missing some support.
It's got some good stuff, and it's got some questionable decisions. Wait, there's a third on Burden Bond that I didn't even notice. Driftbloom's just chilling there, too.
Who's the second one?
Or the third terrain user, sorry.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy.
Oh, but it's I don't think it can pop seeds because it's flying.
No, it can. Halucha
it can? You don't have to be grounded? Cool.
No, Halucha.
What?
The seed.
Does Cobalion get Rapid Spin?
I don't think so.
I mean, if not so, his only hazard control is Moi Pekko and Drifloon with the Fog.
Yeah, does Mopeko get hazard control?
Yeah, it gets Rapid Spin.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so those two hazard control.
Okay, that's not so bad.
At least he has 2, and they're not the same.
Yeah, that's in Gen 9, that's about as good as you're ever gonna fucking get.
Yeah. But no, like I said, I really like Gliscor, Chi-Yu, and Rapid as a little core going on there. They kind of watch each other's backs pretty efficiently.
They're scary as a trio, and I like that.
And Esparta, if given the opportunity, will sweep your team.
What cost was Esparta?
14, I think.
That's
14.
That's pretty nice for an Esparta, actually. That's actually pretty nice.
Yeah, we have argued about Esparta's placing every single time, and I don't think we're ever going to be happy with it.
I'm not sure how well it did last season, but not sure if it's that good without Terra.
Yeah, it is mono-psychic.
Yeah, that's not great, but it certainly can be terrifying. So I think I can see it working.
Are we good to move on, or any other thoughts about this team?
That it from me?
My thoughts are pick up Pincurchin.
Yeah.
My thoughts are always about Pincurchin. What we got next?
Oh, I will say one thing though before we move on. Just realize this: you have a lot of double typings. You have 2 fightings, 2 dogs, 2 psychics, 2 poisons, 3 flyings. That is interesting.
Wait till you see my team later today.
Now, people saying duplicating typings are bad. I think I have 3 grass types, but it is what it is.
I think I have 4.
Alright, let's move on.
Right. Oh yeah, we gotta look at my team next.
So next we have Faith's team of Osnano Blood Moon, Ogerpon, Waddle. I don't actually know the
Wellspring.
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 Iron Tread. See, we got a Treadhead in call. We have Hatterene, Palmont, Rabombi, Terra Cloister of Ice Fire Fairy, Terra Electrode of Electric Ice Ground, Regular Wheezing, Charizard, and Water Electric Ground. What do you think, Litton?
I think
just fuck me
those
up,
first
fam.
3 mons are insane. How did you get them? And then from there, I like it.
Yeah, no, I like your team. Definitely more than last season's team.
We don't talk about that one. We don't.
Weren't you going for all pink last season? Was that?
I did have the most pink things last season, and that's the only good thing that can be said about my team last season.
I love Hatterene in draft. It's a really fun mod. Especially with, I think, your offensive threats, it'd be very helpful.
I had Hateno, Hatram last season, which was like a 2-pointer, and I thought was an insane steal for that cost, and
I also had Hatram last season for 2 points.
It's insane, so
yeah.
I'm very happy to have Hatran, and I've got to say that at least a certain degree of the decision making on this team was to have an Ursaluna Blood Moon, and then have Healing Wish Palmot and Revival Blessing Palmot and Healing Wish Hatran. Just like deal with the bear again. Once you deal with the bear, you deal with the bear again.
So I think Revival Blessing is cope, but let's see you pull it off. Because you do have the Revival Blessing into Healing Wish. So if you really want to take a -2 to your differential and get the barrel back in, I'm kind of with it.
He's always a threat. You got to be scared of him.
Yeah, the only thing I'll say about the Revival Blessing is you don't really have much that like Giga abuses it. Like you don't have Gambit, you don't have Annihilate, which to me are like the Revival Blessing mons.
I like the 2 big.
Because obviously Gambit gets the count, even if something's brought back, and then Annihilate keeps its Rage Fists.
I like your webs for this team, honestly.
Yep. Everything's like middling speed.
I only got Rabombi because I didn't get Galar Weezing, and honestly, it's a benefit. It gives me some speed control, gives me some webs. I'm happy with it.
I think regular Weezing's a goat mon, and so is Electro. Like those are both very, very good low point mons.
He has the most Gen 1 power, we'll say, in air quotes. Tail Cloister's heat.
Anything Cloister's heat, I love them.
What are the Terra types on Cloister again? I assume Ice, Rock, and something else.
Ice, Fire, Fairy.
No Rock? That's unhinged. I like it, but it's unhinged.
I don't need it. I believe you had problem with my Charizard. I've been hearing on the streets.
That's the problem with Charizard. I don't think the mod's worth the 6 points. The solar
I think
power,
if you don't have Sun, then
yeah, solar power
really
is
bad.
not a ability on your team, so you're only running Blaze, and Blaze is only active 1/3 of the time.
Sunny to Charizard, easy, sorted.
Get ready for the sub-select belly drum.
Oh, we playing advanced?
Activated Fire Punch.
Playing advanced, like
I'm not here to play games. I'm here to win.
I just think out of the 3 Fire Flyings, it's definitely the most disappointing, and by a fair margin.
Oh, absolutely. But I the other 2 got fucking taken from me. So this is what this is what I was left with. I planned to have a Moltres, and then Moltres got sniped, and then I wanted Talonflame, and that also got sniped.
But I don't see any glaring weaknesses on your team, which is always a good start. It's pretty fast, and I think my only complaint about your team is Charizard. You have a really good spinner and a defogger of all time in Cramorant.
The good boy. I've only one rock setter is like one of the scary things, but
it's just treads, right?
Yeah. I've got some spike setters, but treads is the only one.
You also have hat, so your hazards are mine, my hazards are yours. Like,
yeah. I'm not a pussy. I don't need a rock setter every week. I got my magic bouncer. I got my cloister. I'm happy.
Yeah, no, I think it's pretty good. Excited to see Ogerpon Water. I am surprised Ogerpon Water's on this team and not on another team, and we'll get to that team when we get there.
Yeah, I think any team with Ogerpon Water is just inherently better for it because that mon is so good, it's so versatile, and it's so underpointed.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I was hoping for fire because it deals with the steals as well for Saluna Blood Moon. But
what are we all wishing for fire?
Should we? Does anyone else have everything to say? Or should we talk about someone who yearning for an Ogerpon fire?
Oh, it's my team next, isn't it?
It is your team next. Do you want to have anything else to say about my lovely boys, or are we moved?
No, I like it. I'm excited to see you Revival Blessing something and make it effective, because I've never seen it.
Hey, well, that's pretty good. Tell us about your team.
My team?
Your team.
This is a version 3 of the Sun team this season. I got Walking Wake, Corv, Sui Lilligant, Screamtail, Torkoal, Terra Gastrodon of Waddle Grass Dragon, Cinderace, Sandy Shocks, Terra Articuno with Flying Electric Ghost, and Terra Jumpluff with Flying Fire and Fairy.
The first thing I thought about with this team was that I didn't realize Jumpluff was 1 point, and if I did, I'd have got it.
Yeah, right?
Like, Jumpluff seems really insane for 1 point. Gen 4 Uber's best mon, Jumpluff, right here.
Like, its offensive stats are ass, but it's got a really good support move pool.
It's like, yeah, it's got shit it can absolutely do. It's got a really good speed tier. Does it get strength sap? It gets sleep powder.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason it's not uncommon to see in Gen 4 Ubers. It's a really solid mon. I love Screamtail. Absolutely. One of the most goated mons in draft. One of the most goated mons this gen. Fucking adore that
Screamtail
one.
is amazing. Psychic Fairy is such a good typing, just like with Hatterene.
Absolutely. It just gets every move at once as well. I love Sandy Shocks as a Sun abuser. It's not something I've seen on Sun teams. I'm excited to see how that one goes.
I wanted the coverage.
The one thing I'm unsure of how to sort of judge how this team's gonna play, because I maybe this is me being like Omega small brain, but I tried to put teams into sort of like offense defense boxes, and it's a team that can kind of do both, but I'm not convinced it's incredible at either. All the way in that sense.
I think if you had Roaring Moon, it feels weird having Walking Wake and no Roaring Moon on the Sun team.
Yeah.
I think if you had that would help a lot, or just some other good Chlorophyll mon. I mean, you got Lilligant, which is obviously good.
Hey, you leave my Cobalion alone. That was... We're walking through it. It was supposed to be Ogerpon.
Yeah, and Corviknight on Sun is just like, huh?
That was my coat pick because Ogerpon got taken. I said, fuck it, I'm taking the bird, and we'll see if that was a good or a bad play. But I actually do like Corv on this team the more I look at it. I really like the ground immunity. It's a solid defogger to keep rocks off. Ace doesn't have to run boots as much.
I can't see almost any team in which Corviknight would be a bad pick. So you've got that going for you.
But yeah, I'm iffy on this team. It's definitely probably the weirdest team I've ever drafted. But at the same time, I'm interested to see how it works in practice.
I'm glad you mentioned Lilligant was the core, because it is the glaring hole in the team that's like it's why I've got all these questions. You know, I don't know what it's doing there, other than not being an Ogerpon.
I think what I do like about it is that it works without Torkoal. Like if you don't play Torkoal, you can still make a pretty good team here.
It gets fine coverage. It gets victory dance. So when I picked the Lilligant, I'm like, oh, it'll be fine. It's fine. Then I've been running some damage Lilligant, and you know how many times there's 99.7% chance to KO? It barely misses anything without a victory dance setup. and it makes me cry.
I'm hopeful. I believe in you, hon. I think you can make it work, but it is strange.
No,
You were saying about it working without Torkoal, and that's the thing I'm slightly less convinced about. Because, like, shocks can break, like, with the special attacks, but, like, without Wake, it feels like there's a lot of power just lost.
I mean, those first 6 months together, just like that's just a fine team already.
I mean, the whole thing with weather teams that I might be wrong about this, but weather teams just run the same, like, 6 to 8 mons, and then just, like, draft 4 others to just, like, stick at the back. And I can see that working, but it feels very reliant on the Wake.
Wake is my bomb, yeah.
Yeah, like, if without Wake, I think it falls apart. I think you need the Torkoal to support the Wake. Unless you're gonna do something like Uber based and run like Dragon Dance Wake.
I mean, booster energy sub agility is pretty good.
That's true.
But yeah, this is not the team I set out to draft, but the team we have, and I didn't make any changes during Grace because I was content at the very least. I have like 3 mons I like in Corv, Ace, and Shocks, so let's see if the Scrimblows can help them out.
There's absolutely room to cook with this team, and I have utmost belief in you.
And I love Cinderace too. I think it's one of the best forms of hazard control there is. And
yeah.
You also have Corviknight there, and Torkoal obviously, and it's good to have overlapping hazard control on Sun.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was kind of iffy on Ace. Ace and Iron Moth were the 2 mons I was mulling over after the Great Ogerpon incident. And I just think Ace brought so much more to this team than Iron Moth would have. I really didn't want that quad ground weakness.
And you've already got, like, a big special nuke.
Yeah, and I'm still not convinced with Hilly, but I've used Ace without Sun before, and that thing already kicks a Pyro Ball through a building. I'm excited to see Pyro Ball and Sun.
I'm with you on the Cinderace. I love that mon. It does so much. Got anything else to say about this one, or are we ready to move? That is enough.
Oh, the next team's actually final. It's out of order on there because I forgot to put him in. Those 2 that were out of order.
Oh, right, okay. Oh no, spoilers! Shit! That's final.
Huh? In between Pesky and Buffy.
There we go. The next team...
I did this at like 1 in the morning. Leave me alone.
Oh, it's so unprofessional. What the fuck?
Alright, so we have finals team. Palafin, Ogerpon, Hearthflame, Kilowattrel Terra, which is Flying Waddle Fairy, Darkrai, Politoed, Barrascuda of Waddle Psychic Fighting, Ludicolo, Mudsdale, Clefly, and Reverum of Steel, Flying, and Ground. What you got, Faith? Or Litten?
I have 2 comments. One, how the hell did Darkrai make it to round 4? And 2, he's got 3 just crazy good mons, and then 4 7 just dog shit mediocre. I don't know. Not unusable, but very strange.
I was talking to this about with Len, and we were convinced no one in our division was f***ing Darkrai, and then he did it like 20 minutes later, and I genuinely think that was for the detriment of his point values.
He's got like Ogerpon and Palafin, and then like bootleg Rain.
I'm gonna say like this. If you could convince me that this is 2 like random teams, we just pick Pokemon at random. It feels like there's 2 different ideas going on here. Okay, I kind of get the Rain because it's good with Palafin, but it feels like we got 4 picks in, and when like, oh shit, what's good with Palafin and Kilowattrel, Rain, and we drafted like Barrascuda and Ludicolo feels like an odd duo to get.
What's
and
also
Palafin
to be said is this is the rework team. he changed almost his entire second half. Like, Barraskewda, Mudsdale, Klefki, and Revroom were not the original draft picks.
Right.
I think my big comment is that all of his lower point Pokemon are offensive, except Mudsdale, and I guess Klefki, which is utility.
I like the Klefki a lot.
I think Klefki adds.
He could dump a lot of those offensive modes and grab something more defensive here.
I'm really surprised because he picked before myself and Faith on the second round, and I'm surprised he went for Fire over Water Ogerpon.
That's
especially
part of, like...
in rain. Like,
well, I don't think he decided on rain early, right?
That's my thought. Is like that's
kind
of
core, those two.
Yeah, what brings up some
I literally
why
have
I
those two on
question
my
it
team.
Is like it feels like we picked Ogerpon and then later decided it's a rain team.
And it's holding on to it like grim death because that Pokemon's insane.
Like it's
the moment it goes away, it's mine.
It's far from an like
See?
it's far from bad. Like Palafin, Ogerpon, Darkrai are so scary as 3 mons. Like you got power there, but I don't really understand what the thought process is for the rest of everything. Like
I just feel like Barraskewda and Ludicolo is the... Like, I don't get having 2 Swift Swim Mons and Ludicolo on Barraskewda physical, but I just don't see Barraskewda and Palafin coexisting. It's weird, there's a lot of overlap.
It's the Revavroom as well. Like, maybe I don't know what Revavroom does, but...
Shift gears.
It quick shift gear and...
At least, I suppose.
Goes kind of crazy.
It shows, I guess. This team doesn't have a mode other than, you know, fucking press buttons as hard as possible and win in 8 turns or die in 8 turns. I guess Revavroom does that.
I mean, we didn't even see the first match of this, and we all saw the Darkrai tone of it not Oko-ing Claude at +2 wasn't unaware.
I don't want our league to fight anymore about Darkrai. I'm bored of it, so I'm not gonna go on my Darkrai rant.
I think you're stronger than me.
It's not that good, okay? It's got to be said, right? It's
Rakion's first match with Darkrai, and it happened earlier today, and it did literally nothing.
Did it? I'll have to watch that later.
It literally did nothing.
I'm so
happy.
happy.
Sludge Bomb did like 60% or something, and then died the next turn.
Y'all, oh god. Everyone freaking out about Nasty Plot. It's like, oh, now Darkrai doesn't have any coverage options. It's fucking incredible.
Actually, though, on this team, I feel like Darkrai can be better because it doesn't get Thunderbolt, but gets Thunder. And since he has Rain...
Oh, maybe that... Oh, shit. Maybe that was the vibe.
Choice Scarf Thunder?
I mean... Against this team, Darkrai would also probably be pretty good because I don't feel like you need a whole lot of coverage to hit everything on this team.
Just
and that's his main issue.
And Dog Pulse.
Yeah, like
Thunder, Dog Pulse, Nasty Plots, and Sub would destroy this team.
Maybe that was the idea.
But then assuming that you did that and then got Ogerpon so you didn't have to deal with it, that's 39 points you spent on cautionary actions.
It's planning for failure, you know?
Yeah.
I
do like Mudsdale as a Pokemon. I think that's a super fun one. Stamina's a great ability. It just sucks you're stuck to rest.
Yeah. I do like Mudsdale a lot. I'm using it in another league right now, and it puts in a surprising amount of work for being, like, lower tier.
I think I watched one of those matches, and that's what made me think, damn, this thing's actually fine.
It was one big sort of content creator draft league where it was Gardevoir Trace Stamina and won, and at that point I went, wow, Stamina's kind of fucking insane.
Yeah.
Stamina's really good on a mon with reliable recovery, and then Mudsdale.
Unfortunately, Mudsdale.
His speed is pretty alright, though. Okay, his speed is really fast and then drops really fast.
Yeah, it's pretty creepable. You've got that 25 gap between Kilowattrel and Ogerpon. And the gap between Reverum and Klefki is also pretty big. But
and like his first 3 mons are paper frail. Ogerpon can take like a hit, kind of same with Palafin. Those two have surprisingly good bulk. But other than Mudsdale and maybe Politoed, nothing wants to take a hit.
That's why I'm surprised I assume it was for points reason that this is a Politoed and not
a Pelipper.
Not a Pelipper, yeah. Because that solves a lot of that can cover a whole lot of bulk.
It's kind of like
just can't.
What I said about the Keldeo Sun team in comparison to my own involving Weather Settles. I looked at Torkoal and Ninetales for way too long, and the only thing Ninetales has over Torkoal is its speed stat and Baton Pass, and you get 3 extra points. But I don't think that it was worth it. Politoed is also 3 less points than Pelipper, but I don't feel like you gain anything like you at least have the conversation with Ninetales.
Yeah, I can't see, I'd say, especially on this team, what Politoed does of a Pelipper. And I'm absolutely certain that some points could be saved here. Just get rid of that, right? Just
the only thing I will say about Politoed is I know there's like some really popular or not popular, infamous Natdex Politoed Mudsdale Rain team that exists.
Wait, is there actually?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys watch AIM or Blunder at all. There was this dude that they would always face up against in that deck's like 2K high ladder, and he would run Politoed Mudsdale on rain. Like, you know, I can't remember the name. I'm trying to find the team, but I can't find it.
maybe there's heat here that I don't know. Maybe that's what's going on.
Yeah. I just don't. Yeah.
I don't think.
Also, as I had the Rain team last season, and I had loved Kilowattrel. It was a great mon, but I also had Basket Legion, and I really feel like, and I don't want to bring up that fish. That fish is giving me permanent PTSD from everything. But I feel like that mon does what Ludicolo and Barrascuda are doing in one mon.
I feel like Barrascuda does what Ludicolo and Barrascuda are doing in one mon.
Does it have okay special attack?
I don't think so. It has like the funniest stat spread of all time. That's all I know.
Oh
about.
Wow! Look at that. It's 123 attack, 130 speed, and nothing else.
Yeah, like that's Barrascuda. But like, you want fast special threats, you've got them. You know. I have to say something. I'm gonna say something nice about this team. I feel like we've been bad. Politoed is a handsome little guy. You know. You can't take that away from him.
Great utility. Darkrai or Palafin on the screens could be cool.
Klefki's insane on this team. It's a great pick.
Yeah.
I think Palafin, Ogerpon, and Darkrai is actually like a really good start.
Yeah.
But there's just, and like even Mudsdale and Klefki can kind of work on that. But then there's just like 3 rain bonds that are just there.
Yeah, I feel like the pulse that
rain
all
bonds that are just there
is pretty good.
I'm with you on that.
That being said, I love Weather. Prove me wrong.
Oh, that's cool. I'm down.
Also, give me your own.
I have to battle Faith later today in a different league, and I've got the Weather in the matchup.
Well, Faith, I want you to win, obviously, but I do like Weather.
I don't have a standpoint in this. I'm Sweden on this one. Do you have anything else to say about Final Crusaders team, or are we moving on?
Ludicolo.
Very good.
Something Mirror B. Okay, there we go.
Surprising. Oh my god. Who could have seen this team coming? We got
Max Caliber. We got Scizor. We got Dushbud with the goodest boy. Umbreon. Pterodon fan, which I love these Terra types. I'm going to say it now. We got Ground, Ice, and Steel. Hulkanine,
Goat.
Okidoki, Oxy, or Yuxi, depending on how you want to say it.
Yuxi.
Tesserina, Rotom, Zangoose, which is normal flying ghost, and Golduck, which is water, psychic, and grass.
The absolute first thing, I think, when looking at this team, is like, there's so much variety here. I absolutely love, like, I looking at this team building for the week, and I don't know what the fuck it's gonna be. And the second thing I look at is that it's got absolutely zero speed.
I would have lost $5. I saw first pick backs, and I'm like, all right, Ninetales is next, and then it was Sizzle, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, that was the thing I was going to bring up. It is a literal crime to bring back Excalibur and not bring alone Ninetales.
It's strange because Baxie's overpointed at this point because of it. But I don't
like
think it's...
at least bring Abomasnow or Vulpix or something.
It's
What's
not
funny is...
bad on its own.
Yeah, Vulpix, yeah.
It's not bad on its own, but it's significantly better with Hail.
With-
And it's not like Aurora Veil's a bad thing to have. It's not like
No.
you're being dragged down by having Ninetales.
Like,
I love the Dark Spun here, but I mean it also
the sort of
solves
Sizzle is heat. Yeah.
It solves your speed issue as well. Like this speed tiers makes me sad because otherwise I like a whole lot about this team.
The one thing about his speed tiers is he has at least a decent amount of priority. He's got Arcanine's E-Speed, he's got Onfan's Ice Shard, he's got Bax's Ice Shard, he's got Bullet Punch, he's got like just a reasonable amount of speed. Like,
he has 2 Wish Passes,
priority.
which is pretty cool, and Umbreon and Dushbound.
The only thing about Dachshund's Wish Passes is its base HP is like in the gutter, so its wishes aren't like that good.
Like especially with the Umbreon there. It's you can't ignore it. Why isn't that Darkspun a Ninetales?
Also, that Dushbound was picked round 3.
Yeah, that's a little unhinged.
And I know why, because Sizzle's quad weak fire meter. I get it, but
he's also got like Arcanine who double resist fire anyway, which is way down there. And there's just there's better fire absorbing Pokemon. You know, like Heatran, well,
like Heatran,
or Chandelure, or not Dachshund, which I have no idea how to pronounce.
I think it's like Darkspun. It doesn't matter.
Because I feel like they're Dachshunds, but Darkspun does not flow.
Oh, it's like German, isn't it? It's like Dachspun. And no, it doesn't flow, but that's German fire.
Another mod that I almost drafted until I started running calcs, and was absolutely devastated to find out that it's mid, is Hulkanine. It needs to be Sculf, and if it's Sculf, it's not banded, which means it has the power to kill things with your head smash, and then you fire rock, and then you die in return.
Arcanine doesn't need to be Scarf. You can run heavy duty boots very well. You can run boots with dual stab, extreme speed. It's a very good set.
It just was lacking the power I wanted it to when I was looking at it. Let me say that. I do like the utility set a lot, though. You get running.
I mean, that's the thing I like about this team is, like, Arcanine can be really scary and it can be, like, super supportive. You just look at, like, it's a lot of options like that, and it's, like, they pick 12 Mons, which is, like...
This is the one of 2 teams to have 12.
Until I noticed the fact that, like, your fastest Pokemon is Darkspun, I'd be scared looking at this team in the team builder. But then, like...
An issue is, with that, is you can run max bulk on basically everything.
I think one thing about that, though, is that I experienced this last draft league. Having a slow-ass team baits people so hard. You can throw Scarf on anything and it just ruins days.
That is a good point.
Like a random ass Scarf back Excalibur just glade rushing you, like when you don't expect it.
It's actually like uber big.
Yeah, this team is weird.
It's weird, but I like it. I don't know why I like it.
I'm so
do-
close to loving it, but I think it's might be not great.
Somehow squeeze Ninetales. Does anybody have? Is it like open?
No one has Ninetales in this division.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause-
somehow squeeze Ninetales in here, and I think you're good to go.
Yeah, I agree. I don't
What's-
know if we need Zangoose or
Yeah.
Golduck.
What's Golduck
Maybe grab
doing
Or
Ninetales.
especially?
Serena, or
Yeah,
I like Serena. I'm a Serena believer.
it's got Rapid Spin, which is his. Dude,
I mean,
so
got
is the
Dom
fuck.
down already.
And yeah, your hazard control's great.
That's true. I just like her. She's cute.
And if you really don't want Ninetales, you really don't want to spend 15 points on it. Grab Vulpix or Abomasnow or something. At least
Yeah.
have it as an option. Have it there.
At least make me prep for it.
Exactly.
Don't bring it against me though, because I'll just court change them and steal them. Actually, do bring it against me.
This was it all along. It was just to fuck you over. Got anything else left to say? Or are we happy to?
I mean, Wolf, I know that you made a comment that last season team got ranked last, and you're really excited to see our comments on it this time. I definitely think this team is an improvement over your last one. I just wish you had the option for a lower rail for backs. And your speed is consistent if on the lower side.
Yeah, that's the big one. Not even hitting phase 100 is terrifying.
A 1-point Weber would also be really good to pick up.
That's true.
Like, grab Cutie Fly or, like, Levany or Spidops or something. So, like, I think Spidops is 2 points, but still.
It is. Ariados is one, though.
Let's have a look at Len's team then. Yeah.
We got Meowscarada, Iron Valiant, Great Tusk. His Terra types aren't on there, so I will say them over here. Moltres, which is Terra. It is Flying Water Ground. Delphox, which is also Terra, which is Fire Ground Fairy. Slowking, Earthworm, Haxorus, Quagsire, Cacturn, which is Dark Bug Poison, and Pikachu.
There
What you
is.
think, guys?
There's a lot to love here. I'm a big fan of it from first looking at it. It's the kind of I think it's the kind of team I like personally, because it's a lot of big scary threats and the kind of things they need to work, and that's just I've described every good team, but like, yeah, it's
also very fast.
It's super
But-
fast, it's
yeah.
super offensive, but it's got Moltres, Slowking, Earthworm, Quagsire, the kind of things you want to get.
Moltres
Super big
Slowking
threats,
is a
yeah.
very good defensive core, too.
Mm.
Even
Yeah.
if you throw, like, Cacturn in there as well. Like, if you run those 2 or 3, like, that's a pretty solid backbone to have.
We actually talked about Cacturn, me and him, and I thought it was one of the most valuable 1-point mons around. It's a great option.
I always love to see Haxorus on a team, personally. I love that boy. Very, very excited to see it.
I mean, Iron Valiant and Great Tusk is great, we know that. Meowscarada is just like Cinderace, where they can kind of do whatever they and Greninja. The Protean boys are always going to be good in draft.
I don't have a whole lot to say about this team. I think it's really fucking solid.
Yeah. I really like their choices of 1-point mons. I feel like Pikachu is also very good as a 1-pointer.
Yeah, no,
Pikachu's
definitely.
1 point?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, good. Very good
it
choice.
also
of
gives
that.
him a third electric immunity, which is cool because you have 3 electric weaknesses. So now you have 3 immunities and 3 weaknesses. So that's definitely something I like.
It's not I mean, Moltres is an Orthworm of Fairy answers, but Fairy does look a little strong here. I mean, Delphox as well. Oh, maybe I'm wrong about that. You got answers.
Definitely a lot of his heavy hitters are Fairy weak, but he does have the support to back up that hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moltres is definitely one of the best fairy answers there is.
What
and
happened?
He has one of the best fairy types there are.
Happened this gen with Moltres? Because, like, it seemed kind of mid for every other gen, and now it's, like, incredible.
I feel like it just has the right
then the
set
DLC
of
came out
tools.
and then it was bad again.
Yeah. Yeah, but it has a really decent set of tools for the threats that it's being tasked with this generation.
Yeah, it seems really fucking good.
I mean, just like Talonflame. Talonflame is an amazing defensive Pokemon in UU, which is insane because it's Talonflame. But it just... Fire Flying is with Flame Body.
I can't...
It's just a good type.
I can't find many faults with this. I can't find any faults with this. I like it a lot.
Oh, I'm glad he got rid of Espeon for Earthworm. I think that made this...
Yep, that's really huge. We didn't have a lot of steel types in this division for a bit.
No, and Buffy said that multiple times. I think going through the first 6 teams we've looked at, the only steel types are Your Treads, My Corv, a Klefki, Sizzle. So every team but Aegis has had one, but each only had one. So not a lot.
Oh, I've got to completely speak. I've got to say my love for Haxorus. I want to see this Haxorus put work in, and if it doesn't, I'm saying that Len loses the league. I don't care.
I mean, I know him pretty well, and I know mons he likes, and I'm excited to see this team is what he drafted. I think he'll do very well with this team.
Anything else we want to say, or we have?
I will say this: I like Quagsire being here. I think that'll really help with some of the setup BS that other teams might do.
Yeah, I'd say it's a team that can be run. It's with a lot of good offensive threats, but you can just shut down so much offense with these choices with such like Moltres, Slowking, Earthworm, Quagsire.
And then you have an Iron Valiant and a Great Test Chone in the back to sweep.
Yeah, like I'm excited to see this team.
I want to comment one last thing. I love the immunities. There's just so many immunities on this. From Water Absorb, 2 Water Absorb mons, Earth Eater, Lightning Rod. You have 2 ground types, a Steel type for poison immunity.
Ground? There is not one ground weak mon on the. No, there's one. There's Delphox.
Yeah,
Pikachu. Okay, alright. Like, yeah, what do ground types do? You look at this team. Fucking. Got Cobalion.
we got Sublini with Single Strike, Iron Bundle, Golden Joe, Mr. Clodsire. We have a Taylor Noivon of Normal Dragon Ground, Ogapon, Cornerstone, Cryogonal Terror, Ice Electric Steel, Spidops, Bellybolt of Electric Fairy Water, and Rotom Heat.
Just right off the bat, Noivern seems like one of the most insane terror options that
That
are
was
allowed.
I think it's the best one in my opinion.
I think you're right.
I knew I wanted Terror Gastrodon from the beginning, so that was something I put in there. But that's because I also planned on Wake. If I didn't plan on Wake, I would have absolutely picked up Noivern.
Noivern also got sniped from me. I would have had a Noivern. Seems ridiculous.
Ogapon's good. I actually think Cornerstone is probably my favorite. I like it a lot.
Cornerstone gets a lot of hit, and I'm not getting it.
I think getting that guaranteed hit makes it really valuable.
Yeah,
I think it's just the grass one, but better. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it's better in every way. Like, obviously, you can't hold an item, but like the masks are so insane that who cares?
effectively 120 power, 100 accuracy Stone Edge. Like, that's ridiculous. and sturdy means you're guaranteed to get a hit. Well, they can't have boots, I suppose.
If it's though. But yeah.
Bundle Shifu's an amazing physical special mix.
My only note on that is I feel like Urshifu's just kind of here. Like he was first picked, and then
That's
there's not like a ton of support for it. Like I would love to see like a Slowking here because Urshifu works really well with Future Sight plus Chill Your Reception. Like
Yeah, I had
that core is like insane. It's very
I had
hard to deal with.
Urshifu Glow King last season. It was hard.
It's mostly where my thoughts are, because I'm looking at Urshifu Iron Bundle, Goldengo, and it's like 3 really great mons that I'm not sure synergize, but I'm not sure needs to.
So I know that he wanted Corvin Treads. We took both. And then he said, fine, if I can't get rid of my Hazel. And then drafted Joe. So I enjoy the spite pick. But
I'm here for that. I say I'm not entirely convinced there needs to be any synergy there. Like incredible physical incredible physical breaker, 2 incredible special breakers, like,
and then a flat fuck.
and then a flat boy who puts in all of the work.
And then Noivon is a bomb. Ogerpon, I especially think Rock can run the utility set the best out of the bunch, but it's still a bomb. It's got Spite Ops for speed control, which Shifu definitely appreciates.
This is absolutely the kind of team I'd love to see, like, an Iron Valiant or a Dragapult on. Because the main issue...
Well, no shit.
Well, of course. But sure. Right.
Interesting. I wonder why.
They have the 3 best mods in the format. Put them here!
You could. It help. The core team building issue you run into with mods like that is you need good special breakers and good physical breakers that allow it to be the mix-up. And you've absolutely got that. Like, a huge range of just solid shit that's going to put holes in walls.
I see what you're saying now, because Shifu's always going to be physical, and like Bundo's always going to be special. I feel like, now that you bring that up, Noivon's always going to be special, Goldengo's special, Ogerpon's physical, Rotom's special, Bellybolt's special. He's very specially lead.
I suppose that's true, but I think Ogerpon Urshifu will do what you want in that
Those
sense.
worst physical mons to have, let's say that.
I think what I like about this team, though, is that it has a lot of good options. Like, you could play pure HO on this team. You could play Hazard Stack. You could play a relatively defensive team with defensive Noivern and Clodsire and Golden Go. You could... I feel like it has good options on those fronts. Like, you can play Webs, HO, Screens, Rotom, you know?
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. I could see I could see Sublime's games being either the fastest or the slowest, depending on what he builds and brings. And if you prep for hyper offense and he brings Spike Stack, that's you're boned, or vice versa.
Well, his first game did go pretty fast, but I don't think that was his fault.
I mean, to be fair though, I don't think he really had anything that could switch into bundle. So he was able to run the hyper offense.
Things that switch into bundle are a rare luxury in these parts.
Ain't that the truth?
We've got Empoleon.
Yeah,
I'm all out of ideas. Of
I don't know. Every single time I've had to fight a bundle, the answer has been, how am I gonna somehow outspeed this scruggly thing? I don't know. Go ahead.
You've got to put rocks down, because if you don't, it can just be scarved or
you gotta
booster
put
energy.
rocks down to scout to see if it's scarfed. You know if it's booster.
And if it's scarved, you just lose them on. Like you gotta hold that.
My check to scarf bundle in PPDL was scarfed Galvantula, and it won that encounter.
I plan on using Scarf Regieleki when I play against Buil. I'll tell him.
That's so real.
Like, yeah, Bundle has such a strangle. Like, I'm gonna make my Regieleki Scoffed outspeed this thing. Things dreamed up by madmen.
Oh, Jesus. It is a little creepable on the speed tiers. Like, you've got the speed control you want, but there are some gaps here. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it matters, because the extra bulk doesn't feel like it's going to do a lot against what there is here, but it's helpful, certainly.
I'm just glad Jellicent isn't in this game, because Jellicent would be really good into this team. But he's banned, so that's good.
I don't know if
prison
it
for
would.
gamma
The top
crimes.
3 mons just beat it.
I guess Bundle was freeze dry. I was thinking I was gonna Water Absorb and can't get hit by the boom boost. No, I lied. Now this team's great. Can beat Jellicent easy. S tier.
All right, that's it. Go top of the tier list. That's it. That's
Jellicent,
it. Beats
easy S
Jellicent.
tier, huh?
No, but memes aside, I do like your team. I do think you're especially leaning, but your 2 physical breakers are really.
Yeah. Well, let's see what happens with this one. So Pesky.
He's got Dragapult, Zamazenta Crown, Clefable, Ogerpon Grass, Alomamola, Talonflame Terror of Flying Steel Grass, Pursuing Quillfish, Glaceon of Ice Water Poison, and Sandy Conda of Grass. Ground Steel Fighting.
I hear Pesky's like a little bit good at the video game, so like it doesn't surprise me that I think this team's pretty good.
I would like one thing on I was putting his mons in. The speed caught me off guard. It's a interesting grouping of speed.
There's a sharp drop there. a large gap, one could say.
That being said, I do play Pesky this week. I did my prep for him yesterday, and this team was tricky to prep for. I'm not gonna say how I did it.
What do you think's good if you had to build again?
The hardest things for me to burp around was that class. Not knowing if you can set up is huge.
The Fable, as always, is punching so far above its weight in every single game it's in.
Yeah! Like, I was like, okay, Dragapult, okay, I know how to beat a Dragapult. Zamazenta, yeah, this thing takes 2% from a super effective move, but we could... What the fuck am I doing to Clef? Like, it's either not taking passive damage and living a bomb, or unaware and living 2 bombs. Yeah, this Pokemon's amazing.
I think this team's an instant S tier because it has a Alomomola on it. And that's
you would say that.
It's the GOAT mon. It's the best.
Of Gen 9. Like...
I
like Sui into Quillfish a lot.
I'm
I think
interested
my biggest
in
comment is I feel like I don't know what Ogerpon's doing here.
It's been so damn cute.
I feel like she's just like hanging out.
Being a menace to society.
Just like me, for real.
I feel like a more defensive grass type could probably be better, like Amoonguss or something. I think those are like the same amount of points.
Yeah, I could definitely agree.
Because Fire Water Grass Core is like super good, and he has that in Alomomola, Talonflame, Ogerpon, but it's like, like what's Ogerpon switching into?
You see,
his Dragon Steel Fury Core makes me scared.
And I think Quillfish Hisui has like regular spikes, right? Not just toxic spikes. I feel like that fills that role fine enough.
Who let this guy draft Dragapult Zamsi Clef Core?
It would be us, Faith.
Yeah, that's pretty insane too.
Why do we allow this? I actually do really like the Ogerpon here, because I think what's scary about this team is I don't know if this team is gonna be like hyper offense or like complete balance. It could be either, and the way I want to prep for that is very different. So I think Ogapon can do both for this kind of team.
It does get the option of a lefties or boots, which is nice.
Is there a screen set? Does Clef get screens?
I think
I don't know, but
Glaceon
Bolt
might.
does.
Dragapult does. No, I actually kind of like the Ogapon here.
I think what I like about this team is I could see those first 6 Mons on the ladder. Obviously,
Yeah.
it would be regular Zamazenta, not crowned, but like I could literally I can envision that as working, which I feel like is a good start.
I don't really know what to think about the lower tier picks. I know people really like Hisui Quillfish, but I've yet to see it do.
It's amazing on paper.
Electros, everyone, it's the Electros gimmick, and
It's
another.
me from the other day. I wasn't going to bring it up this time. I do like Saniconda.
Sanaconda's incredible. Like, great
That one's good.
low cost on.
Shed skin rest, like why does it always shed skin every time? 33%
Because it's that guy. Like,
he's just him.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be seeing a lot of the first 6 Mons, because past that, I'm less convinced.
I think Quillfish is great. I think the other
I want someone
and
to convince
Sanaconda's
me.
pretty good. The
I
other
want
two are
someone to
very
convince me
mediocre.
Quillfish is great, because I've yet to be
well, this is that man.
He really is. He's that guy.
He's that guy with that snake. But no, Core's amazing, and we'll have to see if his support core lives up to that core. I am worried about that Ogapon Quillfish speed gap.
It is pretty big, but at least, like, you've got those 4 super fast Mons that
Yeah,
hold.
like, I always forget how fast Zam is. For whatever godforsaken reason, got 120. Yeah,
I'm
okay.
happy with that.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. It's not as terrifying as his last team on paper. Let's see if it's as terrifying in practice.
Let's see. Take us through it. What we got?
We have Garchomp, Zapdos, Empoleon, Lokix, Alkanine, Sylveon, which is Terra, Steel Water Fairy, Munkidori, Chestnut, which is Water Steel Grass, Staraptor, Hatena, and Fion. Fion is Terra, which is Water Fairy Dragon.
I've got to say, I'm sad that we dropped the Hatena Hatchram duo. Yeah,
For Munkidori.
but yeah, I'm disappointed. I understand, but I'm disappointed.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know what I'm looking at here.
I mean, I like Garchomp and Zapdos, but those two are just like two amazing mods that we know work together. Sucks they're both Ice Week, but they're still great.
Well, that's what Empoleon's there for.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
Double resistor. But
those 3 are really solid. There's a lot of really good, like, mons that I really like here that I don't think should be on a team together. I love Lokix, I love Arcanine, I love Sylveon, I love Munkidori, I love Chestnut, I love Staraptor, I love Hatena, but together I don't know what they do.
Speed's consistent. Very nice ladder. 106, 102, 100, 100, 95, 92, 80, and then it drops to Chestnut.
Just 106 as the peak feels
yeah, it's quite slow.
scary. I am very excited about Munkidori. This mon seems kind of terrifying, so I'm excited to see what it gets up to. But it being the fastest mon is not a position I'd like to be in.
We know Poison Psychic's a pretty good typing. Defensively, at least. Look at Glowking. Let's
It's
see
got,
how
like,
it is offensively.
130.
Yeah, but that thing's a
special
wet paper
attackers.
bag of defenses. So
Well, luckily, they have the First Impression and E-Speed. This is the first season where Chomp has Scale Shot back, so I'll be curious to see what they do with that.
I think Staraptor is kind of a goat mon.
Yeah.
That thing's actually like shockingly hard to prepare for, and more
Buffy
versatile than you would think it would be with Intimidate, like defensive sets.
A
or,
good
like,
point
Sub-Roost.
that there's no flying resist in this division. So
he's got one of them too. It's Empoleon.
Yeah.
He's got two of them. He's got Zapdos and Empoleon.
yeah, so they did bring up a really good point with that. Let's see if Staraptor can...
I'm trying to see the vision.
I can feel the gears turning, and I don't like the sparks that I hear from the other side of them.
No. I don't help, I don't understand.
I think a lot of these mons are great. I think you might have said that. We'll have to see how great they are together.
I'm really hoping there's like there's a big brain plan here that I can't see. Because I love a lot of these mons, yeah.
A lot of them can play double duty, with the exception of like Lokix. I think is frail as paper, and Monkey Dory. Everything else can be bulky or be offensive. Like Chomp could be Chain Chomp, or it can be Steak Chomp. Zapdos can be a Choice Specs, or it can be bulky Roost. Empoleon could be some... It's probably going to be more supportive and bulky, but it could be
Agility
Specs.
Thumpate Empoleon,
Yeah.
my beloved.
Alkanine, same thing we talked about with Hisuian. Sylveon has wishes. Chestnut is kind of a bruiser. It gets a lot of draining moves. It gets Spiky Shield. It gets Leech Seed. But you could probably do something quirky with it.
I love
like
Chestnut
with Staraptor.
draft so much. It's a
That's
gold
not a
mon.
very good one.
Yeah. Staraptor can do it all. And then Fion is our biggest oversight.
Someone had to get the V on it. Lay our mistakes bare for all to see, you fucking swine.
Hey, at least they got the easiest week 1 matchup, right?
Yeah, easy. Solid. This Monkey
Love that
Dory's...
image that they hit you with.
I mean, in fairness, this Monkey Dory is about to push my entire shit in. It's gotta be said. I cannot fight those allegations. Oh,
Just play like AV Treads or something. Hello?
stop telling everyone my plan, you fucker! See, that's all I got! Fuck it.
Marcus Blast.
No one would have said anything if you just didn't respond like that now. They don't
Buffy, please.
Yeah,
Please
yeah,
be
you should've-
nice.
You should have been like, bro, that's such a stupid idea. It still
That's such a
gets to be
stupid
KO.
idea. Obviously, I'd run.
Why
Assault
would
Vest
anyone play
Blood Moon.
AV Treads? What are you
Yeah.
fucking talking about?
Memes aside, I do love AV Treads.
It seems good. I'm I'm gonna stop. Buffy, please be nice. Please, can I win? Can I have one? Someone like a Lamarcus. Fucking hell. Oh.
We got Chin Pow Wow, we got Glow King, we got Arneji Draco, which is Terra, Steel Dragon Ground. Here comes the Boom with Boom. We got Zonodal Kasui, Jolteon Terra of Ice Electric Fairy, Crocodile Slow King of Ghost Fairy, Quackquavel, Hisuian Avalugg, Hisuian Slagoo. Did I mess up a Terra? Is Jolteon not Terra?
I can't check. I'm recording the video.
No, Hisuian's not Terra. That's a lie on that one. It's Jolteon, not Hisui.
Right.
And then Luminez. Lumiez. Bug.
There's another one where I'm looking at like the first few mons and I'm thinking like that's a solid team.
I like Glow King and Boom a lot.
Glow
See,
King,
this guy
Chin
has
Pow,
the-
Rillaboom is like I like what I'm seeing.
This guy has the Future Sight plus Dark type thing that I was kind of talking about before with Glow King and Jianpao. Like, that's if he can future sight chilly reception, that is really hard to. It's a really hard thing to respond to.
They just threats to cover it there as well. Just like,
Yeah.
what do you do if Chen Pao is sat in chilly reception din and there's a future sight coming? Something's dying.
You cry.
Yeah, just give up.
My only negative comment here is that Rillaboom is just like here.
I think it's good with Cloaking.
I mean, it is. I don't know. I just feel like there's nothing here that's like. I feel like if you're gonna draft Rillaboom, at least try to get something that synergizes with grassy terrain.
I think Rillaboom's
Which
here
I
to
guess
press
Cloaking a little bit because of like earthquakes, but
it's here to press U-turn, and like I think that's very good.
and quick glide. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I don't. I'm still a Rillaboom believer. I think it does so much on a team that's like, it's an offensive team, but I think you need ways to shut down like complete hyper offense, and I think Rillaboom does that.
Mm.
Zorakasui's interesting. Its strength depends on how in your opponent's head you are.
What cost was it? Season.
It was 14 points.
It is
What were we
like
cooking when we made that 14 point?
like that feels about right to me, but it is entirely based on like getting value out of illusion, and that's I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. This
That's
team.
why I said it's completely. It lives or dies on how are you living in their head or not. I had it in a draft where my core was pivoting constantly. I had Palafin, I had Cinderace, and I was just constantly U-turning, flip-turning around. So it could get confusing on which guy I have in at the time, who they were, and who was the imposter. I feel like that's how I like to use Zorakasui.
I mean, Qianpao and Rillaboom feel like good things to use illusion on. You know? The kind of things that like
There's
you
the
have to
classic
respond.
Rillaboom, no grassy terrain.
Yeah, the classic Rillaboom hyper voicing me.
Well, you go Rillaboom, no
God,
grassy
yeah.
terrain. They
Yeah,
just assume it's
run over
Zoroark, and then you slam
Rillaboom
him with
every
a-
week.
You slam him with a wood hammer.
I mean, you think, oh, Glow King's out, it's gonna slow pivot, then you get Shadow Ball.
But I like Crocolore a lot. I think that's a goated mon, but I think running it without hazard control is kind of sus. And this guy's hazard control is Avalugg and Quaquaval. So
that's disappointing.
That's tangent. Thoughts on Quaquaval?
I love
I think
Quaquaval so
Quaquaval's
much.
great.
I adore it.
iconic, honestly.
I hope to see it do well. I've never seen this mon amount to anything, so hopefully this is the exception.
It was my favorite mon to run on ladder before everyone realized it was shit and terrible and worthless.
I've always seen it just Aqua Step into a Rocky Helmet, not get the kill, and die to retaliation.
Honestly, bulk up Roost is the way to go with this mon. Moxie bulk up Roost is like the secret to Quaquaval. Or it was on ladder. Because fuck me, like just spamming Aqua Step into things just felt like shit.
Yeah, and that's what I've always seen. Like, it's based 70?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
but
even at +1, if you get it on an Avenge kill, it still might not kill with the second one. You have to CC.
yeah, bulk up Roost, Aqua Step, and Brick Break. That's the way to make a Quavel work. I cracked it. I won so many games with that fucker. It was my favorite. I love
Is
it.
Brick Break really its best fighting stab?
It's gets close combat,
Close
but
combat.
not on a bulk up set.
Yeah, I mean, like, does it get, like, Drain Punch or nothing?
I don't think so. Unless it got it
Wow,
post
no, it didn't.
home.
It is Brick Break.
I do like Slowking with Quaquaval as well. It's because Slowking with Urshifu Rapid Strike was like very common back in the day, and Quaquaval's just that. He's Urshifu at home, so
Oh, Cowboys get home, though.
Can I've got to say that watching the reverse draft games, I am more convinced than ever that slacking is the shittest mon of all time.
It's Taylor too. It's he's going for broke.
I was talking about this because, like, I don't remember who it was who drafted slacking in the reverse draft, and that was the best pick because everyone thinks they're going to be able to cook with it, and nobody fucking can. Everyone just tries to make it work and fails. It's so bad.
It's bait. It's the best bait possible.
It is.
But in a real draft, think about it. He's there to force Protect to be on the team. He's taking at least a move slot just by being drafted.
I'm not a believer in the slacking. I do not have faith in this man.
I don't think you literally ever take that. I think you just have it there to be like, well, maybe something.
I think you take it once when you don't need a 5th mon, just to bring up. I can bring this.
You randomly bring it in semifinals.
Yeah, just
roll
factor,
the fucking dice. Just like maybe it might be good. It'll probably be shit again, as it always has been. But it could be all right.
Do we want to talk about Avalugg, Sliggoo, or Lumen?
Avalugg is one of the worst Pokemon ever made, so I don't know why it's here.
Yeah, it's...
Okay, hold up. I'm gonna look at the point values. 20, 16, 15, 14, 13, 10, 8, 4, 2, 4, 3. He did get 12 mons, but he did also pay kind of heavily for it.
I like the Sliggoo. I like the Crocodile a lot. They're very cool.
I think those are just extremely good, not fully evolved Pokemon.
Yeah, I like
2 of the best NFEs, yeah.
I like Aquavel a lot, but like, yeah, slacking, Avalugg. I guess Illumise gets Sticky Web, and that's probably good enough for like fucking half a point or whatever Illumise is worth.
Prankster Sticky Web isn't bad.
Yeah, Prankster Sticky Web. I actually think out of the 1 point Sticky Web mods, Illumise, if it gets Sticky Web, is like the S tier of the 1 point. If it does,
it is one of the best of the worst. It has to be said.
It does not get Sticky Web. It's ass.
What is it doing here? Get off the team. Why aren't you a cutie fly?
Bro thinks he's on the team.
Bro, that's slacking too. This guy has 2 mons who thinks they're on the team.
There's something Illumise is gonna do. I know it. It's gonna push one person shit in 1 week.
It's gonna be one of us.
Oh, it's gonna be me, right? Let's be real.
You're gonna get
I don't think that mod does anything. I don't know why it's here.
He's just vibing, okay? He's trying.
Painfully unaware.
Well, no, that's Crocodile.
Do we even mention his speed? I feel like we've been talking about slacking in Illumise.
The speed? I mean, it's good.
The speed's alright.
It's fine.
There's a bit of a gap, but it's not too bad.
He's got 2 really fast boys.
2 really fast, really scary boys.
I don't know about Jolteon being scary. Well, I guess it's got Terra.
Yeah, I think Terra Jolteon's one of them proper threats, an actual...
Alright. Well, let's see how the Powwow team...
left. Shiva.
We got Roving Moon, Komomo, Guizing, Lando T, Jirachi, Terra Lucario, which is fighting, normal flying, Melodic, Glass, which is ice, water, electric, Magneton, and Altaria, which is Dragon, Fairy, Steel.
Give me my fucking Guizing. Give me them.
I like how both people who took our mons, that's how we opened up with it. If you're still here, Crusader, I want the damn Ogre.
We're mods. Can we not just, like... Is there no abuse of power that can be done here? Like, there has to be.
No.
Hey, Chiba said if you take him to dinner, he'll give you Guizing.
I'm down to just for an excuse to go to like a steakhouse. That sounds nice.
I said I'll allow it if I can come. So yeah,
Yeah, if you want.
that offer's still on the table. Let's talk about his team and not about our fate.
No, let's talk about us some more. I like
another one of those kinda slow teams, like Roaring Moon being your fastest mon is a little sus.
I'm a little hopeful that like a lot of this stuff gets faster. You know, like Roaring Moon Como have like they're not always that slow. They're gonna get that
everything
speed up.
here. And like Lando and Jirachi are both good with Scarf.
Yeah.
He said something to me I thought was very funny, and he said, "Damn, I had to draft coverage, wanted more dragons." And I'm sad there's not more dragons.
It's 3 dragons and 3 steel types, and no one. Yeah, there is one fairy. It's the one I want. It's just like Guizing is gonna put in work on this team. I love that mon. I think it does so much to support whatever strange brand of hyper offense is going to happen to you when you fight this team.
I love Lando.
Do you know?
I do. Did anybody know this? Let me get the plushie. He's on my. There he is.
Well, I'm Glastria's biggest fan apparently, but
I'm Glastrio's biggest hater. So
I don't know what Glastria does on this team because this isn't the team that's gonna run Trick Room, is it? So I don't know what he's doing.
I can't believe Glastria is worth more than 2 points.
Glastria,
I don't know what that guy's doing here.
Last season, my Glastria beat Will Spectria. It's the better of the two. That's it. It's just better.
Fun fact, nobody drafted Spec in our division.
Our division is so best. We're the coolest ones.
I don't think anyone has it in mind either, now that I think about it.
Will, your showing with it was so grand, no one took it.
Yeah, nobody has Spectria.
No one got Spectria, but everyone made. There's like multiple teams here who've made the exact same mistake Will did, where they drafted 2 really good offensive mons and stopped thinking. So like,
we need to get back to the team we're looking at.
Probably. It is kind of slow for a team that I think is trying to be as offensive as this one is.
We have E-Speed Taylor Lucario, which is nice. I just feel like Lando and Milotic are carrying the defensive weight of this team. And Guizing.
Yeah, and also one special attacker. Como sometimes. I feel Como needs like good physical and special breakers around it so you can play that guessing game. But there's no way in hell Como is coming physical ever because
Jirachi could.
Jirachi could, that's true, but
and I think you're sleeping on Special Lando.
I don't think I'm sleeping on Special Lando. I think this is Cobalion. Special Lando,
everything for this team.
Yeah, with no weather is like unless this is like sunny day Guizing or something.
I feel like the scary thing for this team is you click Moonblast and you win. Like, strictly. Like, obviously Jirachi's there, but I don't know.
I don't think Jirachi's super hard to play around.
You definitely just quick Moonblast and win.
Yeah.
But he's got 3 steel types. Yeah, no, I definitely see this.
Well, one of them's only neutral to it and is made of paper. The other one is made of paper, and the other one is Jirachi, which is like it's good at taking
sleeping on that Eviolite Magneton.
I don't know Chiva very well as a player, but I feel like an absolute like Chad could make this team work. I feel like you need like Johnny Bravo to come along and play this team, and he'll win. Like,
I click Dragon Dance every turn.
Every single turn. Someone with no fear in their heart. And I want to know if Chiva is that fucking guy.
Like, I see there's a Iron Valiant in front of my Roaring Moon. Can't Dragon Dance. He's gonna switch.
You
like
might...
that's...
I feel like if you're right 40% of the time on that guess, this team might win. Like, I don't think you even need that good a batting average on that. I think you just need to be...
Like, is the Roaring Moon banded? Oh, mid-dragon. Oh!
I'm very excited to see what this team does. I don't
feel
think
like
it's
it could
good.
use a Weber and it could use screens. Can Altaria do screens? I don't know.
But Altaria can't do anything.
You sure? Altaria's great.
It's not.
He freaking press.
I think Altaria is a good low point mon.
I had it in PDL 3. I brought it once. I think Tog with it, and that's all it did.
It's so pretty though.
I think it's a terrible mon if you already have 2 dragon types, though, notably. Because what's it doing? Because it's supposed to be a defensive dragon type, but like everybody's going to bring fairy or like ice coverage.
It's a little
that
cutie.
fucking Roaring Moon Komodo. Like
It's an adorable little guy. What the fuck? Is that not enough for you?
I will give you the adorable.
It gets defog.
Factor. It's definitely got
Yeah, it gets defog. It gets infestation. Like, or is it fire spin? It gets a trapping move.
Atalia's ass, but like, it's cute. It's gonna drop 1 Draco this season, probably.
I guarantee the best game played this season will be this team. That's. I think that's enough.
Like, they'll be the most entertaining games to watch.
Yeah, like the absolute #1 game that everyone remembers from this season will be this team popping off.
Why? Because it's gonna be some stupid dragon sweep.
It's just gonna be some dumbass shit. It's gonna be like the no-brain sweep of all time, and I'm ready for it.
It's gonna lead Komodo, Click, Clanger, Soul Blaze.
It just, yeah, gotta fuck it down. Are we ready to move on? Have we got anything else to say here, friends? I think while we're on the subject of no brain offense, we got to talk about my guy here, my best bud, my boy, his team.
We got Gambit, Ape, Gambit, Annihilate, Infonape, Grimsnow, Golganackle, Crawdont with Water Dog. Does that say flying? Flying, Hisuian Braviary with Psychic Flying Dog, Crook, Miss Magius, and Frostmob.
Now, this is a team that could use Palmon.
Yeah, this is a team that can use Palmon.
Where's the Rabska?
This... I've got to write my boy right. I'm letting my bias show, right? I will admit that up front. There was no thought going into this team, and I think that's why it's gonna work.
The last person we just talked about was my personal, and I was outlet. But
this is the same team as the last one. Because in every way, like, the best game of the season is gonna be, well, like, one of the top tier games is gonna be this team going off, because, oh my god.
It's gonna be the last 2 teams fighting each other.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Some fucking nonsense clown show horse shit is gonna happen, and I'm gonna pop off, you know? I'm gonna be there. There's no...
How many dog types do you want? I want 4, please.
Just like, once Annihilib's dead, what do you do against fucking, like...
Also, yeah, speaking of clicking Moonblast.
Weak, neutral, weak, neutral, weak, neutral, weak, neutral. There's no resist.
No, there's no fairy resist. And there's also no mon faster than 108. So, like...
And Infonape and Miss Magius die on impact.
And Miss Magius is a good special wall.
That's true.
A wall on the special side.
Physically, it's not. And Crook is the Sculpt's strongest soldier. If you're not running, you're doing him a disservice.
Because I really love King Gambit and Annihilate. I think that's an insanely good core.
Wow, you like 2 broken mons?
But there's nothing to support it, you know? Like, where's any of the support for this?
You have it. You have something that hit hard, something that hits hard, something that hits hard. Ooh, screens. Ooh, a wall. Hit hard. Hit hard. Hit hard. Hit hard. Set up, man.
Well, I kind of love the absolute half-assedness of this team's special coverage. Because it's like, Infernum's
oh fuck, tinted lens.
Yeah, like, Infernum can do a bit of special, I guess. It can go mixed, it can go special, but then we get to like the low points, it's like, oh, I should probably have some proper special mons. I'll get Braviary, Mismagius, and Frostmoth.
Really, we're cooking up here. We had to get, the strongest soldiers.
This is... No, I know this boy. There's not something I don't know. He's just insane, and I love him. there's nothing to say about this team.
Okay, the last two teams we had are not the two we should have put next.
They're my favorites. Like, I'm gonna have to do a second tier list because we cannot say they're good, but they're definitely the ones I want to talk about.
Alright, let's move on to the tier list. Speaking of that amazing segue.
We want to do our tier list.
Yeah.
I mean, I pull this up on the other monitor so I can...
Oh, shit.
Right.
I think we need a tier list for the icons, too. We have baked icons in the league, and I kind of love them.
We do. I'm a big fan of mine. I gotta say, I think our mine's the best.
I love the Virizion division. Trade any of you for anything. You're all my favorites.
Right. Where do we want to start with these?
Just start with Buffy's because hers is there was.
Let me think. Yeah, you guys can talk about Buffy's because I'm still processing this team. I don't.
Is this the team that you were broken on?
This was it. I don't know what this is.
It's one of them.
Something about this. No, I understand dumbassery. I get it. I've been that person.
I don't. We haven't stopped laughing for 2 hours doing these PRs.
These have been terrible.
These all the giggly PRs. All the other ones. No, yeah, I think this is a serious thing. Look at the speed tiers. This is just click Moonblast. And I don't understand what's happening. I need a moment to think about this.
I think Buffy's is a B.
Yeah, I think Buffy's is a B.
Maybe high B, low A.
Yeah, I think put him in B. We can move him to A if.
It's not like a beacon of god tier team drafting, but it's like you can make it work.
Yeah, I think I agree, maybe, but I don't.
If
know.
anything else, Buffy wins the bet. My favorite shit poster in the entire server. Everything they post kills me.
That's gotta count for something.
Let's go to Wolves.
Wolf. Wolf's right. Yes, Wolf. This was the no speed control, no.
This was the
no
Ninetales. No maidens, like.
I think no Ninetales C with Ninetales A.
Yeah,
I think no Ninetales C. Yeah.
I honestly think otherwise this is like a B team. I think of it kind of similarly to how I think of Buffy's, where it's like, but like, yeah, you're paying the no Ninetales tax. You're gonna say. Like,
but the issue is with this team, it tries to combo off each other's. Buffy's actually done.
Yeah, that. Well, actually, I say yeah, and I don't know what Buffy's does. I don't know.
You just can't say anything because you fight them week 1.
Yeah, I can't say anything anyway. So next team,
we're not putting that as tier.
Can we even justify C tier for this team? I don't think I can.
There's not a fairy resist.
No.
Half the team is weak to fairy. At least the drag team has fairy resist.
Fairy resist. This one just like I'm ready to see some numbers though. I'm so ready.
I'm ready for Garganackle to go absolutely insane.
Undefeated, yeah. Just
it's
gonna go like 20-0.
It's the closest thing to holding this team together. He's gonna do his best. What about Pesky's was the Polzam Clef call.
It was Clef's fucking beatdown of pain. I hate this Pokemon.
This is the difference in speed tiers too much to keep this out of S tier, or is this S tier anyway?
I think we put it in A for now and see what.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's
because I do like this team, but I do the speed as well.
It's like the one issue with it. Otherwise, incredible, but it is sort of holding it back.
You know, actually, I think Polt, Clown, and Clefable with Mola is too good. Put it in S.
I'm not gonna put it in S. I know there's one team I like more than it. Well, I know there's one.
I can't speak on this next team with that awesome icon.
It is a very cool icon.
Is that you?
That's me, yeah.
It's distinctly... I'm happy to put this... I like this team, but I do think it's distinctly a step down from Pesky's. So I'm happy to put this in A, but if Pesky gets moved down from S, then I think this team's getting moved down as well.
I'm okay with that.
I think I would put it in high B.
Yeah, I was gonna put it in B, but I also like my ego, so if you want to put me in A,
it's okay, son.
I'd be upset.
It's
okay, son. That is literally what I said about this team. It's fine. It's fine, son.
It's son. It's got wake. It doesn't have moon. It's okay, son.
I'm down to not feed the ego. I'm down to make you more humble. Next 2 weeks.
We got Len. I think Len's is A.
I think Lens is S. I think this is the best team. I genuinely think this is the best team in the league.
I like Len's team a lot.
Yeah, we can do that.
This is the one. This is it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. This is who we got next? I don't know the icons. I can't.
Aegis.
Aegis with the first team. I
feel like that's. Is it high C or is it B?
I think it's high C. I think there's too much wrong with it. I think we let people get a pincushion. I feel like Sneaslow's kind of a waste here.
I
feel like Pincurchin weirdly brings it up to B.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it was Pincurchin, it would absolutely be a B tier.
It doesn't make it good, but it makes it better.
I know. I can't shift these guys around. I guess that's the order they're going in. You had a perfect Pincurchin team and you squandered it. I think that makes you worse than Scum, so I am happy to let that go.
I don't like the Rain team this season.
I also don't like the Rain team.
Yeah.
This is Final Crusader.
I think we put it above the No Fairy team, but still in D.
I think it's low C. I don't think it's in D.
I think I'm with D. It's got big scary things, but like big scary things aren't hard to have, and there's like zero cohesion between anything else. I'm thinking it definitely goes above that, my boy, but I don't think I can put anything else any higher than that.
What the hell? Oh, is that a Go-Go?
It's a Go-Go.
Yeah, it's a Go-Go. Which team is that?
I don't know which team that is. I'm so glad Discord was open on my other monitor. I was about to fucking dox myself.
Sublines? Ah, this is the Shifu bundle.
Sublime.
This is one where, like, as I say, I can't point to any synergies, but I can point to an Urshifu and an Iron Bundle, and I think that makes it at least B tier.
I think we put it B, yeah.
I like A.
You think A?
I like the Goldingo Clodsire Hazard Stack.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I like the Spidop Rotom HO situation. I like the Iron Bundle just staring at you in the face and eating you alive.
I think it's either high B or low A. Okay, I'm gonna say this though. If we're gonna say that, that's what we said for Mine, and Mine has synergy with Sun, so I should be. If Sublime's gonna be A.
It's I think you're talking shit, to be completely blunt.
I think Sublime's team is better.
Yes.
I do too. I really like Sublime. I just wanted to.
I think it's about a 1 tier better. To be honest.
Who we got next?
I think it's the Chin. I'm assuming the Chin Pao team.
Chen Pao team. This is Lamarcus. Yes, this is the Chen Pao team. I think this is probably I'm thinking high B low A again. That sort of area. I'm
thinking B as well.
I like the low A, but
I'm leaning towards A. There's a
We
lot
can
to
do that.
There's a lot to
I
like here.
think we talked about slacking in Illuminates too long with this team, so that's what's in my mind.
They are and they are odd choices, but I do just think like you've got so much pivot and so much threat. That I don't
really
think it's
like
gonna
Glow King
matter.
and Boom. Put in A.
Down for that.
Alright, this is the other. This is the Dragon team.
This is the Dragon team, which I'm also like. There you go. Sorted. I think this is distinctly better than the Rain team and the King Gambit team.
Yeah.
Is it distinctly better enough to get it out of D tier?
yeah, I think so.
You think
I
so?
You can hang out in low.
I
C.
think having at least.
I think you can make
widgets-
this team work.
Yeah.
I think okay, I can sit. I'm with you.
And then I wonder whose team this is.
Oh,
Yeah.
whose team could
So
this be?
what do we want to put Fates?
What do you want to do with me, friend?
I like your team, honestly.
I like low A.
Yeah, I was gonna say A.
I feel like Palmot's just kind of chilling, but like those first 4 mons are so good.
I feel like your latter half's a little weak, but I really like Electrode and still. It's really just like Wheezing, which is still good, and then Charizard and Palmot.
I'll take a low air. That's better than I would give it.
I like it.
I'm excited. I think I'm happy with that.
Yeah, no, this was I think definitely the most fun I think I had it at the PL so far. All three were fun, but this one felt unhinged. I don't think the three of us should be allowed to do this.
I think we should do all of them from now on. We weren't scared to fucking tell people.
Well, in like 5 hours, I'm gonna be doing Mine with Will. If anyone
I'm gonna be there for that one. I'm ready to bring.
I
this
think I'm
energy.
gonna be at work. I might join on my phone, say something unhinged, and go to work.
That's all. That's what you're here for, hon.
Are we good to end it?
I think I'm good to end it.
Alright, guys,
I
thanks
think
for
so.
hanging out with us. Catch Lil, Lit, and Will's. I shipped them, Liln. William? I need to stop.
Lilium.
Anyways, thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed. Prove me wrong. And Crusader, please give me the damn Ogle. This is a cry for help.
Oh, not bombshell. Thanks for watching, everybody.